Hello everybody out there, Chris here, and welcome back to another comic book review. And in this review, I'll be reviewing Grimm Fairy Tales issue number 106. And in the last issue, Haley confided in Wolf that she saw Belinda consorting with the Dark One. Now we all know 2 issues before that Kali Lidl actually created the fake version of the Dark One, and Belinda found her out. And basically it was a test by Kali, and Belinda didn't take too well to that test, so to speak. But Haley never found out. Wolf wasn't around throughout that entire concoction of nutsiness. And yeah, I just said nutsiness, go figure. But anyway, Haley and Wolf had no idea. So Wolf said that he is going to take out Belinda before she kills Seela or endangers anybody in Arcane Acre. However, on the flip side, we have Seela going to Joanna. Joanna is the one that had this dark vision about all the students in Arcane Acre right now, the first class of Arcane Acre. And she wants to know if, she wants to know more about why Arcane Acre was picked for that specific spot. It was Pennsylvania. It was somewhere in Pennsylvania. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but read the book and you'll find out. And we actually find out why in this issue Joanna picked that precise spot. Now, as always, Joanna says, I'm telling you what I can, but I'm also withholding stuff for good reason. And of course, Seela understands, but is not too happy about that. In the flashbacks, we find out that, spoiler alert here, I will say this, that the reason the first class of teen false bloods and highborns was chosen, why those specific children were chosen, was because they were what Joanna saw in the future. They were going to become the next Dark Horde. So what Joanna and Seela planned to do was to take these children under Seela's wing and Shang's wing and prevent them from becoming the Dark Horde, and instead they would become Realm Knights instead. So it would prevent the next Dark Horde from coming to fruition. So in the flashbacks, the Council of Realms actually agreed to Arcane Acre to prevent the Dark Horde. You get to see a little bit more of Ollie and Wolf's kind of conflictions throughout this book, and Wolf definitely does bully Ollie a bit in the beginning of the book, and towards the end Ollie tries to stand up to Wolf and things don't go exactly too well there. But the biggest question that Seela had for Joanna by the end of this issue is, has anything changed yet? And also we find out, like I said, about Arcane Acre, what is underneath it. To find that out, you have to read the book. Patrick Shand is doing spectacular work with this book. The way this book is set up, let me finish. Anyway, and the answer is no. And then let's just say at the end of the issue, it looks like one of the students, yeah, things don't look too good for one of the students. But the whole Belinda Wolf thing, that gets resolved by the end of this issue as well. Again, read the book to find out what happened. I feel that Patrick Shand, now that I can get into this, is writing a very good story, and this, just like the first 100 issues of Grimm Fairy Tales, this story absolutely has the potential to last 100, if not more, issues of Grimm Fairy Tales. This can go all the way through to issue 200, dare I say even 300 if written correctly. And of course, if Patrick Shand's on the book, that's going to be easy to do. But the way it's being set up, the way it's going, you can tell lots of different stories that would reach 200, 300 issues before getting to that dark future that Joanna saw. And if it can actually be prevented, what that new future will be. There's lots of potential and lots of open areas that this, like I said, it can last another 100 issues. And when we get to Grimm Fairy Tales 200, I'm very excited to see how far the story will have progressed from now, from issue 100 all the way through to 200. Really great writing. I loved the artwork in this book. I will say that. It was great artwork, great storytelling. Definitely pumped for the next issue, which there is a coming attraction at the bottom. It says, next issue, Burn Your Life Down. So that looks really interesting. I believe it's a 2-parter, if I'm not mistaken, or a 3-parter. I'm not sure, but it says part 1. So, looks very interesting. I'm loving the characters. I'm loving how the story's progressing, and each character has their special personalities, and you get to know each of the characters as the story's moving forward. I would definitely recommend Grimm Fairy Tales. I would highly recommend going back to Grimm Fairy Tales 101 right after the events of Realm War, and start with Arcane Acre. This book definitely is amazing. 5 out of 5 stars. I enjoyed it. Good artwork, good storytelling, great foreshadowing, but not really, because it's still, they're trying to prevent that foreshadow from happening. Good setup for the characters, how they all have basically a dark past and how they all are potentially the next Dark Horde. Really great stuff. I'm loving it, and I'm loving Patrick Shan's writing. I would definitely, again, Zenescope Entertainment in general, I would recommend to anyone, but Grimm Fairy Tales is definitely one of my favorite books to read each and every month. And with that, that's it for this review, guys. Don't forget to check out Comic Related, Comic Frontline, Zone 4 Podcast, and Frontline Gaming Zone. Together, we are your #1 source for comic-related news, reviews, and a whole bunch more. If you enjoy what you see here on Comic Frontline, and you haven't already done so on YouTube, please do click that sub button so we are in your sub box, and you don't miss out on a single video. We do videos as much as humanly possible. There's at least 1 or 2 videos a day. We try to keep this channel moving at a pace where content is always coming at you guys. We're at the like the title says, we are at the front line of everything: comics, movies, TV, video games, and more. So until next time, everybody, take care, keep reading, keep collecting, and I'll see you guys in the next review.